Okay, let's dive into this. We're living with this crazy contradiction, aren't we? We have more safety, more technology, more comfort than literally any other generation in history, and yet our minds are often just a chaotic mess. So in this explainer, we're going to dig into a timeless guide for finding some real mental peace in our super anxious modern world.
So let's just start with the big question right up front. Why? Why is it that despite all our progress, so many of us lie awake at night just replaying conversations that haven't even happened, worrying about disasters we can't control? It's a paradox that, I think, really defines our time.
And the thing is, this isn't just you. It's not some individual failing, it's a collective feeling. We are grappling with what you could call a global anxiety. It's this low-grade, persistent hum of impending doom that all our tech and comforts just can't seem to silence. It's become the background noise of our lives.
And this isn't just a vibe, it's a clinical reality. We're talking over 40 million adults in the US alone. That number just shows you the massive scale of this thing. And it also shows that our usual fixes, pills or meditation apps, they help, but for many, they're just not enough. That knot in our stomach, it often sticks around.
So what if the real source of all this worry is way deeper than we think? Let's explore a diagnosis that suggests the problem isn't our circumstances, but something way more fundamental about how we're trying to deal with them.
Now, this insight comes from a writer from the 19th century, believe it or not, named Ellen White. Over 100 years ago, she pinpointed a key to mental resilience that goes way beyond just brain chemistry. Her big idea is that true mental health isn't about getting rid of problems, it's about where we decide to place our trust.
She diagnosed the root of our anxiety as this state of self-dependence. And it's exactly what it sounds like. It's this crushing belief that it's all on you. You have to be the master of your own destiny, the provider of your own security, and it is absolutely exhausting. It locks our nervous system into a fight-or-fright mode that, honestly, it was never designed to handle 24/7.
This chart just lays out the two paths so clearly. On one side, you have the exhausting hamster wheel of self-dependence. You're carrying the burden, you're stuck in fight or flight, you're just staring at the storm. But on the other side, there's a complete shift. She called it corrective trust. You're not carrying the burden anymore, you're casting it. You're not exhausted, you're resilient. You're not staring at the storm, you're looking at the commander of the storm. It is a total change of focus.
Okay, so that sounds good, right? But how do we actually build this corrective trust? Well, the solution here is incredibly practical. This isn't just some philosophical idea. It's a holistic, whole-person approach to laying a foundation for real mental peace.
So how do we build this? Think of your mental health like a house. Spiritual trust is like the roof that protects you. But here's the thing, you cannot build a strong roof on a weak, crumbling foundation. And that foundation is your physical health. Things like diet, rest, getting out in nature. The point is, so often we blame a lack of faith for what is actually just a lack of health.
And this isn't just some quaint old-world wisdom. It's backed by straight-up modern neuroscience. We now know for a fact that chronic stress and fear can literally shrink the hippocampus, a key part of your brain for emotion and memory. A mind tangled up in anxiety leads to a body that's prone to disease. The connection is undeniable.
Okay, so once we have that solid physical foundation in place, then we can start to actually retrain our thought patterns. So let's explore two mental disciplines designed to do exactly that, to rewire the anxious brain.
The first one is the discipline of gratitude. Now, this is about being intentional with what you focus on. So instead of giving your fears all the power by talking about them, you strengthen your courage by remembering and talking about past blessings. And what's so cool is that modern clinical psychology has a name for this exact thing. They call it a gratitude intervention.
And this is not just wishful thinking. The crucial thing to get here is that every single time you consciously choose praise over complaint, you are physically strengthening positive neural pathways in your brain. You are literally taking an active part in your own mental healing.
The second major source of anxiety is what we can call the guilt gap. You know this feeling. It's that crushing weight of past mistakes, all mashed up with that constant modern pressure of just not being enough. A feeling that, let's be honest, social media pours gasoline all over.
The answer to the guilt gap is a revolutionary shift in how you see yourself. It's the peace that comes when you stop basing your value on your shaky up and down performance, and instead you anchor it in your solid, unchanging position. When your value is a given, not something you have to earn, that anxiety to perform just starts to melt away.
So how do we make all of this really practical in our day-to-day lives? Let's boil it all down into a simple, daily action plan that you can use the second an anxious thought pops into your head.
It's a 3-step process called the handover. Step 1, recognize it. Just acknowledge the anxious thought without judgment. Step 2, verbalize your trust. Actually say the words, God, I trust you with this. And step 3, shift your focus. Deliberately move your attention from the worry itself to the feeling of trust. It's a mental muscle, and it gets stronger every single time you use it.
This quote just perfectly captures the whole essence of corrective trust. See, this isn't about escaping from reality. It's actually about embracing a higher reality. It's that profound realization that the universe isn't just random chaos, it's governed by a loving intelligence.
And that brings us to a final, personal question for you. What's the giant worry, the Goliath, that's taking up space in your mind right now? The invitation of this whole explainer is to realize you don't have to carry it. You can practice the handover and experience the incredible peace that comes when you finally change your gaze.